flock and asked who the prettiest shepherdess was.
My problem with Borderlands 2, and we're going to go see now, but my problem with Borderlands 2 is the sensitivity. And so we're going to go see if we can get around it somehow. Maybe I don't care about how high the sensitivity is. Lately, I have given up competitive gaming, and sensitivity doesn't really matter to me as much at all. It used to be I was like in a clan and I would play Fortnite kind of competitively and, you know, play a lot of Overwatch sort of competitively. But these days, I frankly don't really care. So maybe a higher sensitivity doesn't bother me as much as I think it does. It's hard to aim. I must admit, after you go low sensitivity after the Hanzo era, like it's hard to go back to high sensitivity. It's really hard. I could change it in the mouse program, but it wouldn't matter. Maybe I should lower my sensitivity on the mouse. That's something I could do. I could take a look at the mouse's sensitivity. It's at 500, and I could drop. The lowest I've ever done before is, I think, 400. But we could drop it to 400 and just see. Let's look at the settings. Full screen window, capped 120, mute audio and focus loss off, auto detect settings, on, high, on, apply. Jesus Christ, why? Ooh, what the fuck was that? See, the game's old, and it might be kind of problematic. Okay.
Okra.
Thank you.
Copper.
And when he was asked why he wanted to know, she said he wanted to marry the prettiest one. And he would tell Jean about his ability to change into a wolf and drinking blood from the dogs that he'd killed. Guy was a weirdo, okay? To be honest, so far, sounds like he'd be one of those folks you might find on TikTok.
Oh. Oh. Fucking weirdo. You can tell I'm already sick of their stupid shit, and I muted all of it. HUD scale. Turn it. Turn the HUD scale down all the way. That's what the video resolution is? Are you serious? There we go. God damn it. Why? Alright. Yeah, I sold everything. Good. Now we're going to come over here. Oh, yeah. Let's go back out again, too. Oops. Let's perform an experiment. Well, I don't know. Let's see. We'll check the prices is what we'll do. Let's see. Goldsmithing. I want to do mithril ore, which is 11,000, and over in beast made, mithril beast coins are rare and they are expensive. So 44 grand for mithril ingots and 45 grand for mithril ingots. So now we'll go look in goldsmithing for mithril ingots. Oh, all these things should be sorted, but they're not. Mithril ingots. There's only 3 stacks, and they're going for 55 grand. No, 50 grand, pretty much. 50 grand. So 50 grand is only a 6K profit, which honestly still isn't as good as the copper and silver, which is sort of nuts. So now we just sort of, this is it. All I have to do now is just send the fire crystals. So okay, then low Borderlands 2. Oh, Jesus Christ, you suck. Okay, go. All right, out we go.
Okay.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I think we can actually go in now, which is good. Let's look at this. Look at that load time. It was like 3 seconds. This game is old. See, that sensitivity is just barely doable. And I have to go like take another look here. But yeah, see, the mouse sensitivity is as low as it'll go, as low as it goes. Maybe the mouse smoothing could be turned off too. And yeah, and that's good. I'll change the keys. What? I want sprint to be mouse 4. And I want activate skill vehicle boost. There it is. Perfect. So there, look, I can make Borderlands 2 play. Last time I couldn't stand this sensitivity. It's too high, you see it? But I think I'm okay with it. If I can open my mind to it, it's okay, I guess. What difficulty am I on? Is there a difficulty? Wait, there should be a difficulty, isn't there? I don't know. We'll see how hard it is. Maybe I should change my title, I guess, if I'm going to play this. Oh, you crashed out, huh? Okay. Put in my title, I guess. Yeah, I'll play some Borderlands 2. Sounds fun. Borderlands 2. Save. Done. Go.
Coercion says, anyone seen Messenger? You are no longer AFK. You receive loot, flask of oil. You receive loot, okra. You loot 23 copper. Rogiol says, is anyone in SW that can move a few gold for me? You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, hops. You loot 18 copper. Ojo Sazzle says, I can fly there and do it. You loot 23 copper. Ojo Sazzle says, if you have a min, I'm in it. Rogiol says, if you can, don't want to be too much a bother. Farmer Saldian says, a bunch of thugs and thieves aren't going to get me to leave my land. You loot 24 copper.
I can't do that ambient noise, and it's sad because I can't turn it off. And well, maybe I do want just mute audio and focus loss.
Titan Owl has joined the guild.
No skill points, huh?
Arcana Banana says, World Boss Sonic C resets in 10 minutes. Layer 2. Coercion says, anyone see messenger? You receive loot, Okra. You loot 32 copper.
I am going to get something to eat, I believe, and go back to finish that video. Don't mind. There we go. So 2015 was the last time I played this game. It's funny. Okay, so it's fun, but I'm gonna take it off my title. I'm gonna stop playing it. It's fun to do, but I think the real Borderlands title I want to play is Tiny Tina Wonderlands. Tiny Tina Wonderlands. And yeah, that'll do. But I'm not gonna start yet. I'm gonna pause to eat and watch a video. So okay, here we go. And there we go.
There's people like Jean, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't even know how to say. I don't.
Okay, I'm terribly sorry. I'm gonna take a small bio break here. I gotta pee, and I'm gonna make something to eat. I'll be right back.
The capacitor is empty.
Oh right, the micro warp drive. Damn it. There we go.
The capacitor is empty.
Oh, much better. Okay.
Keyboard.
Dabusiness says, World Boss Onyx resets in 1 minute. Layer 2.
Okay, got some. Oh, I forgot a fork. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a sandwich with pepperoni, cheese, Greek yogurt, 2 pepperoncinis, and pickle chips. And it took me, I think, 3 minutes to make. Yeah. Winning. Okay, so there we go. This is a good game, but I want to bomb out. It's good, and I don't want it on my C drive. It's a good game, and I wouldn't mind returning to it, but I think I would rather play the more modern Borderlands that I've got. I just want you to close now. That's all right. And then, yep, and then we'll watch this, yeah.
Say anything. Comment down below. A lot of times I say shit wrong on purpose to get people to comment. I'm not doing it this time. All right, guys. I'm not doing that. I don't know what the... who these people's names are. What the... who made this shit up? Speak English. So yeah, anyways, Gene sounds like a guy maybe who's got an overactive imagination and doesn't know how to talk to girls that well. Maybe a bit of incel rage, something like that. Gene thought that he'd find the prettiest girl and she would be attracted to his darkness and emotional complexity, and he thought that that would work on the girl of his dreams. He hoped his story would be a Twilight story where the girl falls for the monster who can't resist her.
I wanted a human's blood so much in my life.
I trust you.
And Gene's story is a lot less pleasant than that, unfortunately, and it is more along the lines of a horror movie than... it's just a horror movie, to be honest. He confessed that Margaret's testimony was true, and that he'd try to take her and kill her, and that she'd hit him with a stick, and that he'd want to marry her. How verifiable are these claims? It has yet to be investigated properly because people didn't know how to investigate shit. On June 3rd, the second investigation began. This was an attempt to see if there were any more disappearances or children who'd been discovered having been eaten during the period that Jean was referring to. Fathers of children who were eaten supposedly by a werewolf were heard, and Jean didn't object to any of the claims that were made. Witnesses could match locations and circumstances surrounding the crimes Jean had confessed to, and there were more instances than discussed in the first hearing where children had survived the attacks. And investigators spoke to a family who claimed that the plumpest of their 3 children had been taken, but was saved by a brother who was armed with a weapon and yelled, "I will get you!" Jean was later confronted with this new account and recalled the encounter with matching details, even recalling where on the child he'd inflicted wounds and how. So he bit that plump boy, I guess. I'm not really, this is crazy though. But if true, this means Jean is a werewolf. How would he get this ability? Jean claims that one time when he was 11 years old, he and a friend were approached by a big man dressed in black astride on a black horse who kissed them with icy lips and made the boys swear to seek him out when he called. He marked the boys with a brand on his butt in the shape of a shell, and this figure is referred to as the Lord of the Forest and later speculated to be Satan. Pierre summarized the crimes that Jean Grenier is accused of and then tried to deduce whether or not the claims of lycanthropy could be true. This was a period of time when superstition was rampant, and many people feared creatures we now know to just not be real. They're mythological. They're not real. Pierre reflected on stories from the past of similarly strange claims. He was firm in his belief that the devil often works through grown men and male witches capable of violence, but is astounded by the evil displayed by such a young child, a boy of 14, Jean. He doubted that Jean could turn into a wolf, citing Pliny the Elder, the Roman author and philosopher we spoke of in the Ancient UFOs video, who is well known for these kind of stories. He also denied men being able to change into wolves and back. Pliny the Elder was a big time smart guy, big scientist guy. So what happened to Jean Grenier? A paragraph on page 323 describes how God releases those whom Satan enchains and returns those whom he enlists and brands with a mark. This cannot be considered in court to exempt a werewolf or a witch from punishment, but it shows that young people can change their ways, and Jean was to be locked up for the rest of his life in a monastery. He was to be a servant of the monastery, forbidden from leaving, and would be hung or strangled if he did. Imagine being strangled. Not even hung, but strangled. You get sentenced to strangling. Jean died in 1611 at the age of 20 or 21 years old, a year before Pierre de Lancre would author this book, and right up to his death, he had the impulse to eat the flesh of little children and found that of little girls to be particularly delicious. Jean had told Pierre this directly, and the monks of the monastery told Pierre that when Jean had first arrived, they'd seen him secretly eating raw tripe and the innards of fish, which is disgusting. As for the Lord of the Forest / Satan, Jean told Pierre that he'd been visited by him twice in early confinement at the monastery, asking if Jean wanted to return to his service, and Jean said no, and never saw him again after making the cross symbol both times. I'd like to see how modern-day psychiatrists would diagnose Jean and determine what kind of mental illness he suffered from. Seems like he was delusional and experienced genuine delusions and hallucinations. Something drove him to cannibalism of young children. Apparently 50. He ate 50 children. That's crazy. This is according to publications on him today. All this knowledge makes him one of the many documented monstrous children throughout history, as well as perhaps one of the youngest and earliest serial killers. I'm not sure. He was a child, basically. Now we are in the early modern era, my friends, and this is a bit more familiar. People still just as evil, just as bad, but more familiar, I guess. Heading into our early modern era, getting away with being a serial killer became a bit more difficult. By this point, record keeping had improved tenfold. People kind of all spoke similar languages. There were less regions with completely different dialects and writing and all this stuff. And police agencies were also fairly well established, meaning that if a body was found, an investigation would definitely be opened and a killer would be searched for. The next killer we're looking at was not quite as crazy and deranged, but was being opportunistic and wanted to get that bag. Our second early modern era killer is Luisa de Jesus, born on December 10th, 1748 in the municipality of Coimbra, Portugal. Her parents, Manuel and Mariana Rodriguez, were poor farmers in the region. She eventually changed her last name to Jesus, despite having no connection to her family or husband. Manuel Gomez. I don't know why she changed her name to Jesus. That's strange. I think I know why. Her day-to-day job was transporting goods between Coimbra and the nearby city of Garinhos. I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. That's really stupid. I shouldn't be doing that. One day, Luisa would come up with a new idea to make money. Drop shipping. Just kidding. It would have a sinister twist. It was not like drop shipping at all. In the Middle Ages, a large number of orphan children were dropped off at houses and churches, etc., with no one to take care of them. So the concept of a baby box and foundling wheels was created for people to drop their babies off and guarantee that they would be taken care of. So people didn't always want their kids, but people also didn't want kids to just die. So they created these things. Very interesting. In Luisa's area, if you were willing to adopt a baby from a baby box or a foundling wheel, the Portuguese government would pay you $600 and a half meter of cotton. It's pretty cool. Knowing this, Luisa would abuse the system and adopt multiple babies either in her name or the names of clients she delivered to. She was a fraudster. She's like those idiots on TikTok doing the check fraud with Chase, but instead of with checks and ATMs, it's babies. And it gets way worse. It gets so much worse. Obviously, taking care of multiple babies is difficult. To mitigate the difficulty, she would strangle the babies and then bury them in shallow graves. So she would get a baby, get the money, kill the baby, get a baby, get the money, kill the baby. That's insane. This is potentially the worst of all of the murders we've talked about. I mean, this is insane. Not only is it evil corporatism, She profited. It was like for profit. She was punished. Her body would be burned and her ashes scattered at random. A fitting end for a horrible, horrible bit. The last killer in our early modern era that we will look at is not just one killer, but a family of killers. In 1870, wait for it, a group of spiritualist homesteaders migrated and settled in Cherryvale, Kansas, along the Great Osage Trail, which is here. Very close to that other trail that's really well known. What is it called? Oregon? I don't know, dude. This group was the Bender family. It consisted of John Bender Sr., Elvira Bender, Kate Bender, and John Bender Jr. Let's not forget about the family robot Bender from Futurama. The small family constructed a 2-room cabin with the larger room serving as a general store, while the back room was their living quarters. The travelers along the trail could stop by and get supplies, eat, and stay the night if they needed. Pretty cool. Very Hateful Eight-ish. I keep making references. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I have like this thing in my brain where I'm just like, oh, that reminds me of that. I should tell everyone. Right off the bat, people began to notice how odd the family was, and they pointed out the many strange things about each family member. John Bender Sr. was about 60 years old. He spoke broken English. His speaking was unintelligible or guttural. John Sr. was described by many as a repulsive, hideous brute without a redeeming trait, dirty, profane, and ill-tempered. He was an ugly bastard, and he was also probably had something wrong with his mind. Elvira Bender, age 55, also spoke terrible broken English and was referred to as a she-devil or a dirty old Dutch crone. Her face was a fit picture of the midnight hag that wove the spell of murderous ambition about the soul of Macbeth. John Bender Jr., aged 25 years old, he was fluent in English, but he had a weird German accent. He was one of those guys. He was described as a handsome devil, not a she-devil, but also a half-wit, due to his tendency to laugh aimlessly at nothing. I do that sometimes. But Kate Bender, age 23, she spoke fluent English and had no accent and was a self-proclaimed psychic and healer. Kate was actually one of the biggest reasons why people stopped at the Bender's General Store in the first place. She put up flyers advertising her seances and claiming she could cure any kind of ailment. And one bizarre thing, well, there's a lot of bizarre things about Kate, but one bizarre thing about Kate was that she was known publicly to support the murder of people, believing it was good. She just thought murder was good. That's a weird hill to die on. It's a little bit of foreshadowing, by the way, too. It would be less than a year before strange things started to occur in and around the area where the Benders lived. In May 1871, the body of a man named Jones was discovered in an area near their cabin called Drum Creek. However, nothing ever came in terms of finding his killer. He was buried and forgotten, and well, at least for another year or two. Just a few months later, in February of 1872, George Newton Longcore and his daughter Mary Ann disappeared from Independence, Kansas, to Iowa. Roughly a year later, George's neighbor, Dr. William Henry York, went to search for his missing neighbor and disappeared somewhere between Fort Scott and Independence. And shortly after Dr. York's disappearance, his brother, a Civil War veteran and lawyer, Colonel Alexander M. York, set out to find his missing brother. It would be late March when Colonel York first arrived at the Bender's general store, and with him was Mr. Johnson and about 75 armed men. He asked them if they had seen his brother, and they said that Dr. York had stayed with him but left the next day after staying at their little weird inn. They told him that it was a possibility that he was killed by Native Americans while on the trail. You know, the ultimate scapegoat at the time. The Benders were hospitable, fed him dinner, and then they left. Less than a week later, the armed band of men returned to the cabin when they heard a story of a woman who ran from the home after Elvira threatened her with a knife. That she did. When confronted, the family played dumb and started making outlandish claims like the woman cursed their coffee, and when Colonel York continued to press the family, Elvira yelled at the men to get out. Seemed like she had learned some English in the few days between their first visit and this visit, because the first time Mr. York was there, both Kate and John Jr. claimed she didn't speak English that well, and on the way out of the home, John would come up to Colonel York and claim that the devil did her bidding and that she could help find the missing brother. But when he returned to the home, Kate said that she couldn't help him because there were too many men and too much noise. My spiritualism. People in the area began to say that the Osage community was to blame for the recent growing list of disappearances, and in trying to find the solution, the community had a meeting that the colonel attended. It was determined that a search warrant was needed for Drum Creek and Big Hill Creek, whatever. 3 days later, a local cattle farmer was driving his herd past the Bender's place and noticed that it was completely abandoned and their animals were left starving. Due to bad weather, the colonel's search party took a few days to reach the general store, and when they arrived, they found the house completely emptied of food and possessions. Furthermore, a horrible stench emanated from a trapdoor underneath the bed in the back room. And within the secret room was old clotted blood on top of a concrete slab. Investigators broke up the slab, thinking that a body could be beneath it, but they found nothing. And additionally, the search party physically moved the home from the pit, dug around, and found no bodies. The smell was believed to come from large amounts of blood that had soaked into the soil. So there's just like a lot of blood. They go and they stay and they get dinner and then they come back and she speaks English and then they leave and they come back and there's blood everywhere. What the? This caused investigators to probe around in the dirt on the Bender's property, which led them to discover Dr. York's body in their orchard. And Dr. York suffered the same injuries as the man found in Drum Creek in 1781, the guy who was forgotten for about 2 years, till he wasn't forgotten anymore. He's back. Investigators continued to dig around in the apple orchard and nearby gardens. They found 19 more bodies. The victims of the Benders included Mr. Jones, which was in May 1871, the body found in Drum Creek, 2 unidentified men in February 1872, Ben Brown, W.F. McCrotty, Henry McKenzie, Johnny Boyle, George Newton Longcore, Mary Ann, John Greery Red Smith, Abigail Roberts, everybody, all of them dead. Victims 16 through 19 were also killed in December of 1872. All 4 of their bodies were found in the Drum Creek area, and Dr. William York was killed in May 1873. He was buried in the apple orchard, and I mean, what a crazy family. So how did these people commit all these murders? Well, it was believed that guests would participate in one of Kate's seances, and Kate would sit outside of the table while the guest would sit against the cloth partition that divided the room. Then, while Kate performed the seance, John Sr. or his son would hit the guest in the head with a hammer. And then once the person was deceased, the Benders would take their possessions and either keep them or sell them in their general store. There were also multiple instances of people surviving the family and fleeing before anything occurred. Old lady named Mrs. Fitz was eating dinner at the store when she heard a shuffling sound from behind the canvas, and Kate was beginning to say something when Mrs. Fitz felt scared and fled from the home. Another instance involved 2 men who refused to sit at the table and instead preferred to eat at the main counter. Kate became belligerent with them when they refused to sit at the table, and as this was happening, both Bender men came out from behind the cloth curtain, causing both men to flee. So they were just murderers, and they had this weird trapdoor game. I mean, it's insane. So, were they ever caught? No! They weren't. But we do know some things. They're not out there now. It's been a long ass time. It's been almost 200 years. Investigators were able to follow wagon tracks to the town of Thayer, where they found the family's wagon abandoned and their horses starved, and it was confirmed by the train conductor that he had seen the family board his train headed north to Humboldt, Kansas. And from there, they split up. John Jr. and Kate were able to board a train heading south to Denison, Texas, where they then fled to outlaw country, and John Sr. and Elvira got on a train to Kansas City and then one to St. Louis, where they still live today. I'm just kidding. they're dead. A few times people did claim that they saw benders, or they claimed that someone was a bender, and even a court case occurred because of such claims. However, no one was ever charged because the profiles didn't match, or they found out that they were lying or whatever. People were just taking credit, false proof. We really don't have any justice in this situation, but the closest thing to it, apparently John Sr.'s real last name was Flickinger, and an older man by the name of John Flickinger took his own life a few years after the Benders fled. So, seems like no one will truly know what happened to the Benders, but what we do know is that they were horrible people, pieces of shit. Daria Nikolaevna, you know?
Daria Nikolaevna Saltykova.
Daria Nikolaevna.
Daria Nikolaevna Saltykova.
Daria Nikolaevna.
Daria Nikolaevna Saltykova.
Nikolaevna.
Nikolaevna.
User me yells.
Ivanova
WTT my gold here for a whitening slash
was
//
born to a Russian nobleman, Nikolai Avtonomovich Ivanov, and his wife, Anna Ivanova Davidova. Dude, these names, they're killing me. Anna grew up very wealthy and eventually married Gleb, a member of the Saltykov family, a prestigious Russian family with ancestry tying back to the 1200s, so like inbreeding, etc. Prestigious that's what that meant. Inbreeding. We our cousins.
BRB. You can get some of the trim. Okay, it's a good day. Okay. Nice.
Like the Kennedys. Gleb Alexievich Saltykov. That's a much cooler name. Anna's marriage wouldn't last too long. Gleb would die at the age of 25, leaving her with a massive estate and around 140 serfs to manage her 2 villages. Her 2 sons were enrolled in the Capital Guards regiments, leaving her alone in her big house with only her servants to keep her company. However, this is where things would take a dark turn. 6 months after her husband's death, Daria began to exhibit strange behavior. She would begin to beat servants with logs found throughout her massive house. At first, it was a single whack in the head to bring them to their senses, but later on it turned into severe beatings, which left life-threatening wounds. But Daria wasn't satisfied by just beating her servants with a log. She eventually moved on to pulling all of their hair out and poking them with scorching tongs. And because she was royalty, there was nothing people could do. Oh my god, it's almost like there's nothing you can do when royalty is crazy. You can't do anything at all. It's almost like you can't do anything. What? Couldn't all the serfs in the house just beat the shit out of her? And then that's better than not, you know? That's better. Daria would eventually grow tired of doing these beatings herself, and she would hire some people called haiduks to do this for her. However, in 1757, Daria grew lustful to participate in the punishment of her serfs because she had been out of the game for so long. In December of that year, she would torture a woman by the name of Anisia Grigorieva. Now, this is a little confusing, but the reason that Daria wasn't initially suspected of foul play, in spite of the police finding her beat and she died from wounds and blood poisoning, whatever. The reason that they didn't expect her, she was a serf of Daria, was because when her husband came forward with the first official denunciation of Daria, saying that she killed my wife, he had fled her serfdom. He had fled Daria's serfdom, and because he fled, police deemed him fleeing to avoid punishment for beating his own wife to death, so the case was dropped, which is quite unfortunate. The guy was named Tropim Stepanov, the husband who had escaped. He was eventually captured and killed on the Saltykov's estate. So, that's quite bad. It just got way worse. Daria now doesn't just beat people, she beats them to death, and then the people who say she beat them to death, they also get killed, because the police are just like, nah, dude, it's the Saltykovs. They're chill. After this first kill, Daria unfortunately would go on a rampage for the next 5 years. In 1759, she tortured a young servant boy named Chrysanth Andreev for a full day. The reason for his torture was poor supervision of the washing of floors. Her last victim was named Fekla Gerasimova, who died on July 17th, 1762, and according to witnesses, she received the worst beating to date. She was beaten inside Daria's house and then brought to the village of Troitskyo. The village elder commented on the state of her body. He said that her hair had been torn out of her head had been broken, and her back had rotted. And he questioned why Daria wanted him to prepare a funeral despite her being alive, but was forced to go through with the request. She was still living. Daria committed other heinous acts as well, including starving serfs to death, beating another 12-year-old girl to death in her courtyard, and locking people in shackles and stocks until they died from exposure. She even tried to plant
humanity that I know.
gunpowder underneath Captain Chichiev's home. Chichiev was a former lover, and when he found a new wife, Daria wanted him to die. So she wanted to plant, like, Looney Tunes, gunpowder barrels under his house. The only reason that the gunpowder didn't go off was because the serfs she sent to plant and detonate the devices backed down in fear of the repercussions by the Russian government. So she had her own little cult as well, seemed like. And by the way, when the serfs came back, they were severely flogged for failing to detonate the large barrels and blow up the captain's house. This bitch is fucking crazy, okay? Okay, guys? I mean, that's just all there is. All this madness would come to an end when 3 relatives of Daria's victims came forward in 1762 and demanded Empress Catherine II look into the disappearances and deaths surrounding the Saltykov estate. Following the letter sent to Catherine, a 5-year investigation found that Daria had murdered 138 of her serfs, and the acts of Saltykov were corroborated by numerous village people who witnessed the public spectacles done by Daria. So in the end, the bitch got what was coming to her. She was found guilty in October of 1768 and sentenced to an hour of abusive spectacle, which meant she was forced to climb tall scaffolding in the Red Square in front of hundreds of onlookers with the words torturer and murderer around her neck, as well as an indefinite underground imprisonment. So you got sent to the gulags. Pre-gulag, but still, gulag moment. Her underground cell was 7 feet down. She was kept in complete darkness besides the candles she was given when she was served her meals. And her only contact with humans was the head of a guard and the head of a nun. She'd be kept in the cell for 11 years before being transferred. That's terrible. Totally deserved, but still, that's a bad punishment. Being just in the ground for 11 years. Huh? 2 people in the ground darkness? Huh? Daria would eventually be moved to the Cathedral Church Ivanovsky Monastery, where they built a special room just for her, and visitors to the monastery would go up to the one window in her room and watch her be locked away, like the Braithwaite woman on Red Dead Redemption, where you go and you find a little building and she's in there and she goes, "Ah!" and stuff. Eventually, it became a tourist spot for people to bring their kids to view the famous Salty Chica. Now, this would have broken me, for sure, but it didn't break Daria. According to Russian historians, she cursed, spat, and stuck a stick through the bars into the open window in the summer, thus revealing her deep-rooted cruelty, which no remorse or wariness from the imprisonment of her atrocities, it couldn't extinguish. Her fucking, she is impossible to get down, dude. This woman just on the grind all day, every single day, being evil. Then now to see State Councilor Rudin, who saw Salty Chikia at the end of the last century, or the 18th century, I guess, told PG Kichev that she was plump and already in her old age, and from her movements, it seemed that she was not in her right mind. Yeah.
You feel normal.
Figures. The ultimate torture, though, children would come to her window and sing a song about her just to fucking piss her off all the time, so. She died in a room in 1801, and clearly there was something wrong with this woman. I might be Daria's #1 hater. I don't know what is up with this woman. This is crazy. Her desire to want to punish and beat people to death for the smallest of errors really showed the level of derangement that she was afflicted with. I'm not sure that she had. I don't know what the proper fucking way to phrase that would be. So yeah, L in chat for Daria. Fuck Daria, dude. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, press the like button down below. If you want to see an uncensored version of this video, go to the Gump Club. Join the Gump Club. First month's free. You get a bunch of cool stuff. For Sour Boys, it's a part of Sour Boys. It's a membership thing. We also have like unique stuff. We have mouse pads, custom art, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's like pretty much the only merch that I have is candy. Also go to sour.gg, buy some candy. If you join the Gump Club, you get free shipping and all sorts of cool shit. Just click the links in the description. Go down below, buy some candy, whatever. I don't really care. I love you guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully you enjoyed this video.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you this week, but it is a sad day.
Yeah.
Today we found out that Anantech.
Nope. Ugh.
You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, okra. You loot 21 copper. Dabbusiness says, damn tank just died in the instance we were in. Dabbusiness says, Noon helped me kick, at number $, so healer got slept and he got fugued. Dabbusiness says, it got sketchy for me for a second, lol. You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 29 copper. Round 12 says, ouch. Skycat.live says, glad you made it. Round 12 says, I saved 100 and he gave me a gold LOL. Business says, thank you, me too, LOL.
Ah.
Business says, 3 billion Argentine pesos from 24.
What? Pesos? Whatever.
Round 12 says, so that's kinda how it is. Going from one event asterisk. Moment to the next LOL. You receive loot, hunting pants. You receive loot, worn male pants. You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, hops. You loot 33 copper. Business says, LOL, that was my first one on this tune, but I would assume it's like that sometimes. You receive loot, flask of oil. You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, hops. You
Hops.
loot 19 copper. You loot 21 copper.
Thank you.
You receive loot, flask of oil. You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, hops. You loot 29 copper. You receive loot, okra. You loot 17 copper.
I do like this game, I must admit.
You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 25 copper. You receive loot, hops. You loot 15 copper. You loot 7 copper.
Yeah, level 30.
These aren't going to get me to leave my land.
Oh, I got an upgrade. Oh, look, it's an upgrade. Thank God. Yes. Hey, I got an upgrade. Yay, 3 agility. Fuck yeah, three more agility is really good.
You loot 30 copper. You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 4 copper. You loot 17 copper.
You are now AFK, away from keyboard. You are no longer AFK.
You receive loot. Willow belt of the owl.
Ooh.
You loot 15 copper.
It's an upgrade. Oh, no, it's not. Is it an upgrade? Yeah, that's an upgrade. Yeah, sure. Sweet. It's kind of crappy, but yeah. Oh, look, I do more damage now. It's good. About to get to level 17. It's good. This is gonna take like a year, but I don't care. You know, whatever. It's gonna become a grind.
You receive loot. Flask of oil. You loot 19 copper. You receive loot. Flask of oil. You loot 9 copper.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I suppose I should actually get out of here, huh? Yeah, run the micro warp drive for a little while, because I can't believe I didn't just die. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty good luck there. Probably try there. Take me off across the universe, Cosmic Master. Take me across the universe, Cosmic Masters.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Ooh. Oh. That's some strong shit. Too much vodka.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
I actually really like the fucking music in this game.
jumping. Warping to Stargate.
Say it with me.
Active.
Rag. Barata. Pesto.
Ragu, burrata, pesto.
Approaching Stargate.
Oh yeah, Will Arnett's in this. I totally spaced it.
The skelevator grinds to unlife.
Autopilot jumping.
See that? Get enough soul energy coursing through you. Anything's possible. Let's go.
Hey, who's doing necromancy? Skeleton stuff is my bread.
You are now left away from keyboard.
Let's go for a ride. Time to get my beautiful body back. I honestly given up on ever having a corporeal form again until you came along, hero. Thanks for giving me hope.
Okay. Me. I had no idea you could make friends in this game.
Haven't you been playing Bunkers and Badasses for a while?
Yeah, but I always just killed people and took their stuff.
Fred,
All of them. Yep.
Welcome to my bachelor pad.
Well, you can be a member of this party as long as you respect others.
The Wastard's body floats above an obvious boss arena.
Amo says, healer LFGDM.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Arcane mysteries. Yours for a prize.
356, 332, 378, 393. Sort by score, and we have a 380, which is better than half these guns. So we'll take the Skull Digger, and we'll place it in. That's the. Oh, yeah, wait, this thing is a fire spell thing. There, and but that's, yeah, this thing and this. So this thing's way better than this, unfortunately, but it is. And yep, but all the rest of them are good. Well, no, actually, well, yeah, but this thing is the one that restores health via damage.
Warp drive active.
Yep. So, and then now we can sell all the rest of it. No. Alright, back. Wait, did I screw up? No, I'm okay. There we go. Now I got room and all that stuff. Okay, now I've got 200, or yeah, I have 296,000. Wait. This ring is 72,000. It's 296. My ring is 272. We'll just take this one, yeah. Okay, and let's see, this thing is a 301 shield for 66,000. Yeah, 292, 301. It is an upgrade, I'll take it. Okay, and this thing has a 421 rocket launcher. It's 157. I can't afford it, unfortunately. I should have bought this first. I will always go to the weapon machine in the future, because this thing is a badass weapon. I wish I had bought. But I'm at 157, and this thing. Oh no, never mind. This thing is 628. There's no way I was ever gonna reach it. No way at all. So, anyways, oh, look, all the shots ricochet. All of them. That's so cool. Awesome. I can just like bounce. Awesome. I don't know where you want me to go. Oh, is it over there? Or what? Do I shoot it? No. No, I do want sound in the background. It's actually got really... This is a better game than I give it credit for. Gotta double check the visuals. Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, yeah, go Ultra. My card can handle it. Shadow should go all the way to low. Display the stats. Yeah, do. Yep. FPS. Draw distance. Draw distance. I don't really care. Should be like medium. Letters should be ultra. Terrain should be ultra. Foliage should be ultra. Fog, screen space, character detail, ultra. Ambient occlusion, camera motion blur, object motion blur, AMFDR, FDSR, benchmark, average FPS, last benchmark. Okay. Yeah, it looks better. Looks fucking better. This game looks so good. What do I do? Cast... Oh, reach Wasser's body. What does that mean? What are we talking about here? I don't want to fall. I'll have to come like way the fuck back here. It feels like you want me to jump into this pit for some reason.
Autopilot jumping.
I don't know what you mean. It's confusing me and I'm scared I'm going to lose a lot of time. You're you piece of shit developers. I hate you so much sometimes. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Too late. This body is mine.
What in all the hell is he doing?
I'm taking control. A beautiful body indeed.
Approaching
And full of power. This is weird. Let's kick this guy out of my body before it gets weirder.
former Saldian says they might have run all the other farmers off, but the Saldians will never leave Westfall.
There's only one way your story ends. Tragic. Like your outfit. Your fate's already been decided. Can't you see that?
Oh, I'm alone. Nice. That's good. Go to the small then.
Fine, take it. Whatever. Guy's nose is always stuffy anyway. Can hardly breathe. Sucks.
Okay, he's out of there. Quit the violence. It's premium merchandise. Shadow brought you back to me. Boy, that feels good. And also really bad because damn, you fight hard.
I was holding back as a courtesy from one mysterious person to another. Now, you said you would render assistance.
Of course, I'll honor my side of the deal. Here, follow me. I can give you the ability to dispel the Dragon Lord's barrier hexes. But there is a cost. A a cost to your soul. I swore off the use of necromancy for evil, so I want your permission before doing this.
Oh, yeah. Our souls, though. Do we need that for anything?
Minor stuff. Soul magic, true love, jazz.
Nothing important then. Seems fair.
That scared the shit out of that guy, I think. I happened to catch that he was there. I don't know how I caught it, but I did happen to catch him.
Make it so.
Make it so.
So be it.
Oh, here he is again.
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Here it goes again.
You go. You're 1/8 undead. Enough to legally claim it on your taxes.
Here it goes. I'm gonna kill his ass.
Already had a 16th on my mother's side.
Here. Your powers won't be as potent as mine, so you'll need to use a dispel.
Gonna kill him.
Like this one over here. Give it a shot.
Come on, kill him. Kill him, 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 kill him. I wanna look at him. Oh, you fucker. Die, fucker. Die, you fucker. Die, you fucker. Die, you fucker. Die, 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 die. Die, you fucker. Kill him. 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 How is he alive? How is he alive? How is he alive? Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. I can't believe he's actually managing to fucking defang me. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Oh, he jumped. He jumped out, that fucking asshole. Oh my god. Fucking so annoying. Nice try. Good fight, friend. Fucking annoying. Fucking so annoying. So annoying.
That way will take you across the desert. You'll find the Dragon Lord's fury.
You are no longer
in the center
AFK.
of a dead city known as Asuko. Thank you for returning my body to me, hero. I haven't finished business here, so I can only wish you good luck on your quest. You're gonna need it.
The parched wastes stretch out before you. You can feel the land itself thirsting beneath your boots. Tread carefully, Fate Maker.
Oh, and I've got one more thing if you're up for it.
You loot 16 copper.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to start. Warp drive active.
Why did that one particularly kill me? See, some of them are like roided, like Final Fantasy. Some of the mobs are roided like Final Fantasy. It's weird. That one should not have done that well. It's weird, but it did. It just totally kicked my ass for some reason. I don't know. I really don't know why.
Approaching Stargate.
But I'm learning the limits a little bit better. Ah, you keep bouncing me. Stop it. Ah, you're so annoying.
You loot 11 copper.
Warp drive active.
I like Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Stupid, but I do. I kept the game. I definitely thought this game was a lot better than that crappy fucking Space Marine game I played today.
A geyser appears by the cliff face, allowing you to hop between areas.
Autopilot jumping.
Once we beat the Dragon Lord, we're gonna be legends! I'm gonna license my face on so many lunchboxes.
You can keep your merchandise. I want that Sword of Souls.
So you think you guys might stick around after the campaign?
I don't know. We really should get to fixing up our ship.
Oh, I mean, are you sure? The outside world super sucks right now. You could just stay here and play games with me.
Hear my
That felt cheap. It was cheap. Fucking cheap. You ripped me off because I had to take your stupid quest. Don't punish me for taking your quest. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Approaching Stargate.
That guy's a bubble. Where's the priest? Oh yeah, there he is.
Autopilot jumping.
You loot 34 copper.
Warp drive active.
It's a wonder of the age, but it's sealed to us by a power. If
Oh god.
Ominous. I love it. Let's go!
I'm sorry, what do you think ominous means exactly?
Foreboding, threatening, inauspicious.
Inauspicious?
Yeah, inauspicious.
Putting aside my utter shock at the fact that you know that word, this seems like a bad idea.
Probably. Curious.
rippling voice!
Where did you come from, asshole? Oh. The Pyramid and Karnok's Wall, okay. I do like this game. It's very well made. You know, there's another game I want to kind of get back into too. Remnant 2. Remnant 2 is well made. But it's a very intensive game. I don't know. See if my card can do it well. It's not a particularly beautiful game. It's just not well made. It's not optimized. I mean, it's a beautiful game, but it's...
invited you to join a group.
You understand what it is, right? Soul energy is wonder itself. Every
I'm going to
mountain,
decline, I'm
every
sorry.
ocean, every pissy little goblin. They're held together by the imagination of a tyrannical teenager. Well, if it can make entire worlds, it can unmake them. I'm gonna take this madhouse prison, this Wonderlands, and I'm gonna free us all from her control.
The Wastard said the pyramid is surrounded by a city of the dead. We'll have to find a way in.
You loot 30 copper. You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 24 copper.
$396 for 117 of my 210. 396 is pretty good, and it's highly effective versus armor. It's a nice gun, but let's just see what else we have here. We have a nice 291 Kobold to the Deadly Vets. I'm tempted to buy it, but I'm not. I'm gonna just keep saving the money until I see something really a lot higher eye level. Ew, what?
The Fatemaker seeks the power necessary to emerge triumphant. It is close now. It need only be taken up by heroic hands.
You receive loot, hops. You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 22 copper. You receive loot, disciples boots. You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, flask of oil. You loot 11 copper. You loot 16 copper. You receive loot. Tops. You loot 3 copper. You receive loot. Flask of oil. You loot 11 copper. You receive loot. Flask of oil. You receive loot. Tops. You loot 7 copper. You receive loot. Fruit battle axe. You receive loot. Okra. You receive loot. Tops. You loot 4 copper. You receive loot. Flask of oil. You receive loot. Okra. You loot 14 copper.
One of the Dragon Lord's barrier hexes stands in your way.
The West showed us how to deal with that. Just find a dispel room nearby.
Round 12 says, should I go quest fall or keep grinding and lock her down?
Ah, the hex is dispelled, clearing the way forward.
I'm a talking skeleton.
Like the undead that patrol its walls, the city of Osugal is a carcass. The stones are its bones. The sands are its hands. The nitty-gritties are its great big...
We get it. Come on, we're so close. Let's just blast our way in.
You sure? Because I got a whole list. I can keep going.
I mean, I was curious, but yeah, Fred's right. We should do the blasting thing.
As you approach the gates, you see a soul well brimming with necromantic power. The Dragon Lord is using it to cast a barrier hex over the entire city!
Not a problem. Our dispel magic will work on that too. We can kick that evil right out of the well.
the magic takes form! The evil soul wraiths corrupting the well emerge to defend it!
is lifted. Hero, did you do this?
Well, only if you believe in causality, but for the sake of easy conversation, yes.
Thank the Diamond Queen you came along. Come, my shelter is up here on the wall. This way. It's closer than it looks. Jump! That egg's trapped me here for days, and you dispelled it all on your own. You must have powers beyond mortal ken.
Oh, you know mortal ken? Yes, I am far more powerful than he. I seek to do battle with the Dragon Lord.
More mortal ken.
I know it well, though I was too weak to reach it. Come, this way. When I heard of the Queen's death, I journeyed here, hoping the latent soul energy of the city would allow me to bring her back. Perhaps you can succeed where I failed. Illusion magic.
You receive loot. Simple blouse of
The
stamina.
only reason I wasn't picked
You
off
receive loot.
was
Okra.
skeleton patrols.
You loot 22 copper.
You must reach the Hall of Heroes beyond the inner wall. The Dragon Lord is using the wells of sin to keep it blocked off. If you can cleanse the wells, you'll lift the excess.
Only by cleansing the wells of sin. Can you take down the barrier hexes blocking your way?
Did you hear what that old guy said? We can bring
receive loot.
back
Okra.
Butt Stallion.
You
I
receive
don't know.
loot. Pops.
She met a pretty grisly
You loot
fate.
33 copper.
But you forget, dear Fret. Fate does not divide us. Fate brings us together.
How's it gonna bring her head and her body back together?
I haven't thought that through yet.
You receive loot. Flask of oil. You receive loot. Okra. You loot 8 copper.
74, 98, 114, Pinion of Striking, 396, it's bad. Let's sell since I'm here and it's easy. Anything below 320 I can just vendor. No! Oh, you're so annoying. Did I get my shit back? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh, you're so annoying.
Ooh, this one! You guys, I worked really hard on this one. Okay, go find Merrick. He's got something super cool for you to do your heroic thing at.
There, traveler. I am Merrick, last keeper of the hollow key of fate. Shadows gather, and the doom-pocalypse of all worlds is nigh. Only the chosen one of prophecy can halt its silent march, and...
Sure, yeah. But what's up with Blue Hat guy over there?
Oh, he's just some rando. He's totes nobody.
You're awfully insistent about this guy being unimportant.
What are you talking about? This is a completely normal amount of insistence.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's go talk to Blue Hat guy, see what's really going on here.
What do you mean you know what? Fine. But don't forget about Merrick.
Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate.
You receive loot, Okra. You loot 20 copper.
jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
You receive loot, flask of oil. You receive loot, okra. You receive loot, hops. You loot 14 copper.
Approaching Stargate.
Greetings, friend. May I ask your name?
Lucius. I'm Lucius. Lucius Hatley. Just some guy.
Clearly a fake name.
There's something he doesn't want us to know.
What? No! He's just the normal, unsuspicious guy, you dummies!
Suspiciously normal. We'd better interrogate him.
Damn right. But do we do it the easy way or the hard way?
I say the easy way. You know, just pummel him until some answers fall out.
What? No, that's the hard way. The easy way is we talk to him and...
I tire of your deceptions. You will reveal your secrets unto me, or the consequences will be most unpleasant.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Leave me alone.
Don't let him get away.
After him!
Whoa, no, don't chase him! Too much running is bad for your sweet little knees, you know.
I will chase this man until my knees are dust if I have to.
No.
You'll join our ranks soon enough.
Walk on, warm blood.
I'm just going somewhere normal, to do normal things.
Autopilot ejected.
Stop following me.
What?
I guess he's just some weirdo who likes running in circles. Better leave him alone and get back to the quest!
No way. We need answers. Catch him.
You are hiding something, I can tell. You must have some reason for running.
I'm jogging. Just completely constitutional.
In the middle of monster-infested territory.
Yeah, girl. It's all about that cardio life and shit. It's got to keep his body banging, you know?
What again?
I mean, barely, leave me alone.
There are three things that are in skin. The ravaging of time, the stillness of death, and...
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Nice, I'm alone again.
We've got him cornered.
You are now AFK
He'll
away from
take
keyboard.
whatever bad thing you probably did.
Oh, look at that! All your attacks missed.
Whoa, this guy's armor class must be insane.
We gotta find some way to do damage.
I am super invested in killing this guy. He vanished. Maybe he's invisible.
No, he's not! I guess he got away forever. Oh no! All of your attacks fall short. Hint, hint.
Fall short. That's it. Our attacks may not work, but he should be vulnerable to fall damage. Let's throw him off a cliff.
Or, hear me out, what if something else falls on him? Yeah? You see what I'm getting at there?
What? Like, jump on him?
No, I mean, do you not... Am I the only one who sees the big heavyweight hanging right over him? This is a classic piano on a rope scenario.
I don't see how music is gonna help.
Is that it? Is it over?
Yep, sure is.
No, it's not.
Why?
Those minions had to come from somewhere nearby. There must be a lair hidden around here.
Sweet almighty robot policeman, shoot the rope!
Oh, that makes sense. Do that.
Oh wow, look at that. What do you know? You see a door. It's a really evil looking door. Maybe it's the blue hat guys.
It's the blue hat guy's lair.
It must be. Good thinking, Fret. Now let's go track this blue hat bastard down once and for all!
So what do you think this guy's deal is? I'm getting a leader of a secret cult vibe.
Nope.
Ah, you're too late, adventurers. I, Lucifer, the evil warrior spy of the secret cult of Blue Hats, have already gathered the 3 fabled sapphires of suffering. Soon,
You are
the
no longer
Cobalt
AFK.
King will arrive through the gate and bring about Bloomageddon.
Disguised evil warrior! I knew it!
Did you completely miss the secret